I'm at the Debris village for about 5 or 6 hours. I've just been dropped off by Tim. He's coming back in a bit. So I'm going to do some reed collecting and maybe some willowing. I think I'm going to do that and allocate my time properly. So yeah. So I've collected about 10 bundles of reeds so far. Just using my knife. This is the Mora Fire Steel one. Yeah, you're not going to see that. It's my Fire Steel Mora, razor sharp. Just collected all these reeds, about 10 bundles. Back of that shelter should get to about here. So carrying on. It's quite a lot to do. It's hot too, so been drinking lots of water. Collecting reeds. I'm uncovering these bad boys. Little raspberries. They're so sweet. Now have plenty of dew twine. Just cutting lengths. Going about one of my handfuls per bunch, which is quite a hefty bunch. Bearing in mind each bundle is going to be overlapped as each layer goes on, so the thickness is going to be probably just over a foot by the time it's done, or just under a foot. I'm trying to train myself to not drop my knife on the floor and to actually put it back in the sheath. I'm trying. It's hard work, this bushcraft lark. This is going to take weeks. Weeks. Like even five nights a week at say 6 hours, plus the 2-night camp here, that's like 48 hours. Hopefully we'll be finished before winter. Because I think they're going to put the cows back in here over winter. So we're going to get some barbed wire and put a line of barbed wire around the village so the cows don't bother it. The landowner's going to do it for us. And by the way, this is private permission, this land. It's owned by a friend, and we get permission to camp here and build here and dig up clay. It's a very lucky permission to have, truthfully. Not many have one, you know what I mean? So it's quite a good thing to have. You're my chef friends, they say. So what did you do tonight, John? Well, I went to my village and piled reeds up for 6 hours. It's like you finished a shift to start a shift. But I enjoy this too much to call it hard work. It is hard work, but it's fun hard work, if you know what I mean. So I've got loads of bundles of reeds now, all done. My shadow, just destroying everything. We kind of knew, but yeah, so with the reeds drying, the whole floor is covered in reed bundles. We took them off there too. We're gonna flatten them all down and we're gonna dry them, and then we're gonna put them back on and see if it's a lot tighter and see how that looks. A fair few bundles, like. So those last few clips were Tuesday at the start of this week. We're now on Saturday, so the reeds that were left out drying in bundles should be bone dry. Unfortunately, Tim's ill this week. He's suffering from sickness and a bit of dehydration, so he's not able to make it this week, so you're stuck with me, unfortunately, and Tyson. And yeah, I've just started the slow walk from my house, 7 miles from my house to the village. So I'm going the river way to cut across land, so it knocks like a mile off my journey, but it's still a mile I don't have to walk. Also, all my kit, every bit of kit I use for camping is already at the village. I store it there in the landowner's storage locker. So yeah, that's handy. So really all I've got in my rucksack is food and 1 bottle of water just to keep me going until I get there. Because yeah, there's a water source at the village now, tap, which is connected to the mains water supply, so I don't have to be carrying in 20 litres of water at a time now, which is a godsend. So yeah, we'll see what work we accomplish this week. I can't believe how shallow this water is there. Just giving the dog a dip before we leave the river, let him cool down a bit. Oh, he's loving that. Don't, surely to God, swim near that waterfall. Come on. Popped in to check on our bench. It's so much lighter than it was last time. Moving on. I'm just about to go through a farm. Got the dog on the lead because there's livestock around. What a mission. Oh. So we're here again, just under time too, rapid, so I'm gonna sit in the shade for 15-20 minutes, have a drink and a snack, and then I'm gonna start with it. We've walked everywhere and there's no moss, so the village is gonna have to be all reeds and willow, which isn't a bad thing I suppose, but it would have been nice to have some moss in there. Maybe when the woodland grows up a bit more and winter comes, I'll have better access to the bottom of trees, but at the moment all we have is billions and billions of bushes. Right, there's some good chunks, mind. I think instead of just thinning the lot and taking like massive chunks, I just go for the bigger, more older ones and take a chunk, patch here, patch there, patch there, patch here, you know, for miles. Frame for another shot I've done. even pined the roof. I'll show you again once the sun sets a little bit and it's less shadowy. Also been doing a lot more willowing to this wall here and around this horseshoe. It's the first layer of my grass roof on the top of this shelter. Also I've backed that one over there. Again, I'll show you when the sun's setting, just because that's kind of where I'm staying at the moment. Looks quite cool, that, doesn't it? I will do once it's finished. Well, it got dark fast. I totally lost track of time, so I've stopped, lit my fire. I'm gonna get my hammock and tarp up. I've just been moving stuff around again, you know me. So I've got some caramelised red onion beef burgers on. The smell is awesome. I'm absolutely starving. I know this might sound randomly crazy, but it's actually quite cold. Hence the woolly hat. I'm not going to zip my sleeping bag up because I know the sun's going to come up in 4 hours and it's going to be roasting. So we'll catch you all in a couple of hours. Morning. I think I'm going to get the fire going and have a coffee before I start working again. That's going to be an old grass roof. And I've finished the willow shelter next to it. Clicked and weave willow last night, about an hour. Right. And I need that old willow there, it's full of holes, so I need to fix that today. Just weave some fresh willow through it, I think, and it'll be fine. Yeah. It's a full willow wall across there. And the lean-to's behind us. Piles of reeds there and piles of reeds over there too. built this morning next to the lean-to. It's tarped. Awesome. Been a busy bee. I'll block the front of it off just to see what it looks like, and yeah, I think I'm going to saw them eventually. And that's ready to cover. The table's over there now. I had to move it. I like the open front shelters too much, like. You can see what's going on then. So luckily for me, natural clay is about 2 feet down here. I've been digging, and what I've done with this is packed it all between the walls. Now this is more of a tester because I've never done this before. So this one here is mud, this one here is clay, this one here is a mix of both, and this bottom one is just pure clay. No gaps in it now, like, well, from here to here where I've done, and I've mixed one with cut up reeds too, just to see if that does any difference, and I'll leave it until I come next time and see what it looks like, see how it's dried. It's my clay hole, it's going to be a lot bigger. Wait next week until I get my spade. Ooh, I've got the kiln fired up too. Just a little bit, just to get it going a little bit. Been a busy bee today. I think I'm going to have some tea. Sweet and sour meatballs, and I've got some water on to boil some noodles. Nice easy tea. Have it. Well, another productive day. You don't really get a chance to film much when you're building and moving logs and that. With yeah, that cabin with the cob lining between it. I'm looking forward to see how that dries. And if it dries good, I'll do the whole cabin like that. But in the meantime, I'm going to get some shut-eye. Catch y'all in the morning. It's actually hardening. Well, I expected it to harden, I expected it to come away from the logs as it hardened, but it really hasn't. The mud's drying faster than the clay's drying faster than the mud, I think. This is clay, it's harder, and this is a lot softer. So much cooler walking today than it was on Saturday. It's like nice in t-shirts. Look how brown I am. Working on a village and my tan at the same time. Doesn't get better than that. All the young cows. So shallow. Might be the year it runs dry. Well guys, that's me almost home. Big thanks for watching. We'll catch you all again very soon.